Hi, this is Luke. Thank you for clicking in. I am going to publish this clip on how not to put paint protection film on your bumper, because this can show you how things can go terribly wrong. Not once, not 3 times, but 4 times. I went through plans A through D with no success. So what I ended up doing was I ended up cutting part of the paint protection film, and I'll show you where I had to cut it. But you can see here that you really need to know what you're doing to put it on correctly. But the good news is, when it was all said and done, it came out really nice. I just had to cut in 2 small slivers of paint protection film, and I'll do a separate video on how I fixed the problem of what I did. And what I will also do is show you the finished product. I put the product on in May. It's been on and it's doing great, and we can take a look at where everything is perfect and then where things are not so perfect. But I think the only person that can see where it's not perfect is me, and it's in those areas where you're not going to get to see. If you're just a regular person, you're not going to get down low. But the ultimate goal is in covering the bumper and protecting the bumper itself. So I was able to achieve that, and it looks great. So we'll do a separate video on that, but this is just a clip on how things can go terribly wrong and how I dealt with them. So hope you enjoy the clip. Take care. You basically can't stretch the vinyl at all. You've got to let it fall into place, which means you're going to have to reset it several times. And you can feel it when you're resetting the vinyl. That just little bit of extra tension, it shouldn't be there. Feel a little grit.
Much better, but I still have issues. Number one issue, there's just not enough coverage. This is way short. But I have excess here, so that excess needs to... I just don't see it making I've kind of changed my strategy and trying to reverse engineer it. This is not easy, so I'm back to the same problem. I don't have too much slack, but I've got not enough material to handle the hit, and I'm short at this corner. I really don't want to set anything. So this area is better off, but I've got too much material. I'm trying to read the vinyl. The vinyl really has to lay flat. I'm going to start playing around with it because I'm losing daylight. Interesting. I've got too much material here. I'm a little down on here. I think with this kit, you have to be perfect in terms of hitting all of the tack points. I mean, I'm just an eighth of an inch off there. As much as I hate it, thinking it has to be perfect in order to float. So you've just really got to stay within the trim's guidelines because it magnifies big time, so there's just no room for error. It stinks, but that's the way the ball bounces. So you've got to hug the quarter panel line. am basically starting over. Had one shot. Oh, what a booger bear. It was near perfect. Maybe what we could do this time around is start with the trouble area, which is in the center here, and work backwards. So that's what we're going to do. Start in the trouble area and get it perfect. And work our way up.
I've given up, so I've spraying the hood with the soap solution and spraying the vinyl so I can put it on the hood so I can take a break. It's a complete beating. This is how bad it can go if you don't know what you're doing. I don't know if this is my plan B or plan C, but I've counted 2 failed attempts so far. And I'm glad that I'm accelerating the speed by 25% because believe it or not, this is not real time. In my hand. I had to do this because there's some music that's copyright and I can't publish this video clip because of it. So I'm playing it 25% fast. When I get to the music, I'm going to crank up the speed. This is a complete beating.
Well, what I've done is I've taken the clear bra and it's on my hood. I'm going to let it, there's plenty of fluid on there so it can sit there and soak. And I'm going to think about what my next course of action is. I may just take it and bust it up into pieces. But I am going to give one more shot. Okay, I decided to eat dinner and take a break. So I took about an hour sanity break. I decided after that sanity break was to handle this area. This is where we're having all the bunching up here at the corner and in this area if we were to run it flush. So the fact that I went and let me get my white. All right, I took an hour break to have dinner and watch a little TV just to get my mind off of this situation. Came, I put the panel on my hood. The hood is clean. I'm planning on wrapping that, the entire hood. So I had it prepped. Didn't do the alcohol bath, but at that point, you know, the car is clean and, you know, the sheet has been monkeyed around with for a couple of hours, so it wasn't a concern of mine. So I knew I could wash it off with the soapy water. Anyway, what I decided to do was, the problem was we were coming up to the body line and we were having lots of material build up and we couldn't make it go away. So what I ended up doing was pushing the protective film line. Follow my pencil. This is the outline. So we're right on the outside of this area. That being said, pushed up a little extra material up here. So I'll follow the quarter panel down here. Comes here. There was just no trying to get it right. So I said, man, that was simple enough. Let me see if I can do it the way I want to do it, to where it's super sano and everything matches. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in. I may take out the side marker and tuck it in, or I can probably just tuck it in. I've got the tools to do that. Pop it inside the quarter panel. I would like to secure it. I don't want it loose, so I may pop the bumper off. Anyway, I've got options. The same goes for the headlight. I may take the headlight off and pop it into place. So what am I going to do? After trying 4 times, I just didn't think it was frugal for me to spend any more time trying to get a square peg to fit in a round hole. I'm going to get the snips and make a cut down that way, or I may pull a 90 here. I haven't figured out what, but I'm going to cut it. I'm not sure once the moisture, if I'm going to be able to tack that in. I don't have any experience with plastic film. The protective stuff, it's thick. I'm thinking that it may be fine, but I might need to do a patch job. I'm going to take this. The coverage, because everything is off, basically goes like this. Well, let's just lift the film. And I've got this issue here. So I may just, cut it. I can fix it. I've got some extra vinyl. I've got lots of it. So I'm going to cut it. I'll show you what it looks like running out of daylight. I'll back this up so you can get a better view. Thinking about doing a cut here and then repositioning the piece. I'm just tired of monkeying with it, so I can fix it. If I get bored, I have the cutout of what the thing was supposed to look like, and I could make another attempt at it. But I think what I'm gonna do is just see if I can get some vinyl, red vinyl, and just do the front bumper in vinyl. So if I can get something close, that's what I'm gonna do. But my main mission was to protect the bumper, so there's no going back. And if I want to try it and use that large, oversized template and have fun trying to get it to work, but it's a complicated bumper. Got lots of crazy things going on, so I was skeptical to begin with. So overall, I'm satisfied with what was applied. The fact that I'm going to have to come in and lay in some additional vinyls, something I'm just going to have to do. And wrapping it will solve the problem. I'll probably leave the film in place. I'll update you on how the other half goes. Okay, I've decided this. I'm going to go ahead and just follow this angle down and square it off, and then make a piece to fit the gap when I relocate this piece. Okay, I'm going to cut at this line right here. The white line. Right at this junction.
Is we got her done. Better news is I did a bang-up job on putting it on the other lower half. I watched this video a couple of times and said, wow, we got to avoid that. So it really helped the fact that I did I believe the hood after this, and it really gave me a lot of insight on what to do. I also took all the trim off the bumper, took the bumper off the car. It caused problems because I left, I had paint protection film in that one section, and it kind of bit me in the butt when it came to taking the trim off. But anyway, live and learn. Part of this is, it's important to see what to watch out for. When things go perfect and you see these professionals do it, hey, it looks easy peasy. This just is a good indicator on things that you really need to watch out for. I don't want you to make the same mistakes I did. The final section went on great, and I'm super pleased with it. Learned a lot from just re-watching this clip before putting on the last piece on the other side of the bumper. If you like what you see or you want to make any comments, feel free to do so. Stay tuned for how to do it correctly.